have a guest in the neighborhood. Her name is IRENA PATAR. And Leslie, we also have in the room waiting and listening with their audio on Leslie Hoban Blake and Vicky Quaddy, who are going to be playing the quiz too. Can you turn down your audio just a little bit, because I'm getting a whistle of the feedback of my voice.
Okay.
Because I love my voice. I don't need to hear it feeding back to me. So this gorgeous creature that we're looking at in front of us is IRENA PATAR. Let me tell you a little bit about IRENA PATAR. So this is a lady. Her family came from Georgia, and I don't mean the peanut place and the Jimmy Carter place, thank God. No, she came from the Russia kind of Georgia years ago. Created a new life. First, she was in Europe, different places. She was in Israel for a little while. We'll talk about this. And then she came all the way to New York, into the Hamptons sort of area. And she has, you know what they say, like the Sondheim thing, you gotta have a gimmick. She's got a gimmick about alcoholism. Just kidding. She creates wines. And they're wines, whether you are single, married, or divorced. And the thing is, the label on each bottle says either single, married, or divorced. You can drink whichever one you want, but it's kind of nice. And let me give you the review of these wines that you will find on the website. These are sparkling wines from IRENA PATAR. It's a quote from southforker.com. And I know these mother forkers. Here we go. It's pale gold like the yawning morning sunshine, with an energetic rush of fine bubbles, pushing the aromas of pear and subtle nougat to tickle you. And Annie, you had me at nougat. She has nougat in the wine here. When you taste it, it's gorgeously refreshing with notes of ginger and wine satsumas. So you don't like it, satsumi. But cracker dry with a long minerally finish. And let me tell you, I haven't had a long minerally finish since my honeymoon night. Ladies and gentlemen, won't you please welcome to the neighborhood, IRENA PATAR. Shalom, IRENA. Hello.
Shalom. Thank you for having me.
Oh, most welcome to Delightful Tuesday. How is your wine business going?
Oh, it's going amazing. People are loving it. It's funny. The other day, one of the wine retail store that carries my wine, he called me up and he said somebody from Georgia, Atlanta, ordered a whole case of divorce. So somebody's very happy to be getting divorced. So it's going extremely well. Really, people's reactions are really truly moving me. And I'm so happy to see how much people are really enjoying the wine.
So what were you just looking for something to do and it came to you, or what made you think, I want to get into the wine business? Because it's not like you're Francis Ford Coppola with vineyards in your backyard out there. You're importing this from France, right, or somewhere?
France, yes.
So,
well, when I got married, my husband and I took time off from work, and my husband and we traveled to many top vineyards in France and Italy. And I developed the love of wine and developed a refined palate. And I wanted to share that with people.
What made you want to, because there's so many, from the big box stores and of course the Manischewitz that I guzzle, to the tiniest little local label, they put out 100 bottles a year and that's it, and that's all they want to do. What made you want to actually jump into it as a business, as opposed to, I like trying different kinds of wines, I'll try that one?
Well, I'm ready for the next stage of my life. My kids are going to college. So, so I'm ready for the next chapter. And, I thought, how can I bring my life experience and share it with everyone? And so, I love wine, and I love meeting people, and
see, this is where we're different. I hate meeting people. I despise, and I run a synagogue, and I hate people. I don't want to even look at them, but, it's part of the business. Let me ask you, how old were you when you left Soviet Georgia?
I was 7.
Oh,
Yes.
so what memories, positive or negative, do you have growing up in Georgia?
Of course, my grandparents, my family in Georgia. I have my cousins. Um, the beautiful parks my grandfather used to bring me to. Um, the school, the uniforms,
Oh,
and it was a really vacations and a great childhood.
so what great childhood, and yet your family kind of felt they had to get the hell out of there. Why?
I think at that time things there were difficult, and my father just wanted a better quality of life for his family.
Well, wait, did they suffer any specific anti-Semitism or anything like that?
In the States,
No, no,
here,
before they left.
no,
No.
no, not that I'm aware of. No, I think he just wanted, America, and he wanted a better life for us. I think the life there was hard back then.
Well, did they have any trouble getting out?
We did, yes, we did, and a friend of my father's helped us, and it's 4 kids, my parents, and 1 luggage, and he even managed to sneak in a dog too.
Well, what was his trade? What was your father doing back in Georgia?
He was a businessman.
Oh, okay.
He
So,
was a businessman, and at that time, I think there were so many rules and regulations, and it was difficult for him.
I can
So
imagine. And was your mom working, or was she a housewife? What did she do back then?
no, she was always a housewife. She had 4
Nothing wrong with this. I know it's a gender different world. I know it's a sex different world. But women, I'm okay. Be in the kitchen, be in the bedroom, do some things that you do in the bedroom, in the kitchen, make it fun. But otherwise, it's good.
I think it depends on the individual. My mother was very happy being a housewife, and I think it depends on the individual. It's maybe career is not for everyone. Maybe the purpose is to be a housewife and give their full attention to their kids and their family.
And to the husband. This is so important. She should cater to,
forget about the husband.
Anyway, I know there's 2 women listening to this who are just sharpening their knives as we speak to come at. So let me also ask you though. You didn't go straight to America though, didn't you? Go to Italy first or some other places when you were a kid?
Yes, we went to Italy for a month, and we were in Israel for 3 months.
Oh, 3 months. What the hell were you doing? What were you just tourists? I thought you went to live in these places.
I think my mother wanted to. She wanted the right place for us, so she wanted the feel. She loves Italy. She wanted that feel of Italy.
Yeah.
Israel, we were very close to settling in Israel.
Why did this decision not? Why didn't you go to Eretz Israel? You were made Aliyah. Why didn't you do it?
Well, we didn't get to America yet. So my mom still wanted to see America. And then when she saw America, she decided to settle in America, yes.
And did you go right to New York, or did you go to another place
We
first?
did. We went straight to Forest Hills.
Forest Hills, yes, okay.
And my father joined the Georgian temple, and he built a great community there, and since then he's become the president of the temple for already almost 2 decades.
So tell us about your memories of growing up in Forest Hills when we were 8, 9, 10, whatever years old. Because yeah,
there was a lot of bullying. My memory was.
So this is amazing. You were a Jew living in Soviet Russian-ish Georgia, and you had no trouble at all. You come to Forest Hills, New York, and suddenly anti-Semitism and bullying. Talk to me.
I didn't get that in Israel.
Well, no.
But I did get that here.
Was it because you were foreign? What was
It was
they
because
latched onto?
I was Russian.
And this was what era? Was this like the? It was.
I came in 81.
Oh, that's when we beat the hockey team. Yes, yes, I remember that. But you were still the enemy. I mean, well, Russia per se was.
Russia was the enemy, yes.
So it wasn't because you were Jewish. It was they perceived you as a Russian, and
As
Russia
a
was an
Russian,
evil
yeah.
empire. Yeah,
It wasn't Jewish, it was Russian.
yeah.
So my parents saw that, and they had put us in yeshiva because they thought it would be safer for us.
And was it, or did you still get?
It was. I went to all girls school. Because most of the bullying also came from the boys more than the girls.
Right.
So my father put us to, all girls yeshiva.
So do you have any stories of any great teachers that you had there? Any funny moments of going?
I do, the first 2 years in yeshiva was a little difficult, it was challenging because I didn't speak the language. But one of the amazing things, the teacher there, is she recognized my art, the love of art. And, she really made me feel like I belong. And she saw my talent and she shared that. And she had me, even though I didn't speak English, but she made me part of the classroom. And so I couldn't participate in the play because my English wasn't good.
But did she help you do the set? Did you?
So I did. So she put me in charge of the whole set. And, she gave me the credit for it at the end, made me come out, and so the audience saw who I was. It was a really nice feeling to feel like I belonged.
Isn't it just the one right teacher with the one that can motivate? I mean, this is why.
Your life.
Yeah, when I find when I'm teaching on Hebrew school, my Sunday school, and I find a student that needs a little, I take off my belt, I whip them until they're like, now I will work, because I see the potential in them, but without the belt on the tuchus, they don't, they're not motivated. And then I get them, they bleed a little bit, and then they realize, oh, I've got potential. I'm very proud of what I do in this school here. Anyway, we're talking with IRENA PATAR. Does everybody call you Irene accidentally, or did they realize you're IRENA?
I'll give you a little background of IRENA. So IRENA is my birth name. And being bullied that I'm Russian, we wanted to desperately feel very Americanized. So I changed it to Irene.
Oh.
To feel more American.
Is that on your birth certificate, or your legal name is what?
So my legal name is Irene, but I am in the process of changing it back to Irena.
Irene, but your parents.
My real birth name, yeah.
I'm sorry, I've been mispronouncing. I've been calling it IRENA like the wrong like.
It is Irena.
Well,
it is Irena.
Well, in America, but you prefer Irena. Like Irena, good night. So let me ask you, Irena, in what arena did you meet your bashert?
Did I what?
Where did you meet your husband, your bashert, the man who also changed your life in a great way?
Actually, my husband was on a date with a friend of mine, and he had invited her to a birthday party, a friend's birthday party. And she didn't know anyone there, so she brought me along. And,
Did you kind of ease away from her during that party?
Well, I wasn't interested. And, she said he's a great catch. And I still wasn't interested. And then he was very persistent. So we spoke on the phone and email for about a month. And then
how did he wear you down? What was it about him that you said, you know what? Hey!
I just felt it was awkward. He was on a date with a friend of mine. Yeah. That alone told me a little bit of, I thought told me a lot about his character.
And it's not like he asked you out during the date, or did he?
Well, he was very flirtatious, and I thought that it was very funny.
Ah,
So
Jewish men, they got the comedy, they get the girls. Let me
I
tell you.
have to hand it to you. They have the comedy. You really do. I mean, it's nonstop laughter for sure.
And what does he do? Is he a businessman too, or what is his? Does he work in the?
He's a journalist, and he has a PR company.
Oh my gosh! So what kind of articles does he write as a journalist? I'm curious now.
He writes about food, travel, celebrity. Um, you
And
know,
you've been married. Well, you say you have grown kids in college now, so you've been married like
I'm in college, almost a
almost.
year away from college. Yes,
Oh my God!
we've been married almost.
So let me
Been
ask you:
married.
Are you worried about empty nest? Are you?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
This is why you started a company. So you have, oh, I want to go talk to my kid. They're not there. All right, I'll talk to the wine. Hello, hello, divorced. Hello, married.
It changes when your kids are young. They're so needy of you, and then as they get older, it flips. You become more needy of them than them. You need them more than they need you.
Trust me, give it a couple more years. Your husband will need you constantly. It's like, oh God, can you bring new underpants? Oh God, I can't do it. Can you tighten this? Can you get my back? Could you do? Trust me, your husband will be as needy as your children ever were in just a couple of years. You will.
He's already needy. When I ask my husband, can you change the light bulb? You know what he tells me?
What?
Forget about it. We're sitting in the dark.
Oh, that is so Jew. Oh my God, it's really coming out. What is he Eastern European? What is his background? That's so wow.
Well, he's born in Bronx, but his background is European.
Yeah.
I think it's Prussia, Russia, I think Hungarian. He has a very mixed background.
Now, speaking of mixed, oh, please, yes, continue.
We did the ancestry, and his DNA came back 99% Jewish and 1% Swedish.
Really? 1%?
Yes.
That's interesting. All right. So at one, there was maybe 8 ancestors ago a rape, and then that's how it happened. How could be? Now let me ask you. You got these 3 wines. You got married, divorced, single. You're concentrating on this. Are you thinking there's pretty obvious ways to diversify, in a manner of speaking, this idea that you? I mean, can you have like a thing like Orthodox, Reformed, Episcopalian wine? Just pick one or mix them all up. Yeah, have you thought about this kind of expansion thing?
I think I'm gonna do one that says it's complicated. How about that?
I like it. That is very good. No, but you could use this idea really for everything from like having a baby, like normal, autistic, retarded. Open the one that the baby comes out as, and serve it at the party. I think, or no.
Maybe I can leave that to you if you're interested.
Well, I would just take all bottles of Manischewitz and pour them in, because you can't really, with all due respect, you can't improve upon Manischewitz. But
well, at the moment, it's single, married, and divorced.
Are you also more seriously? You do a sparkling white. Yes. Is it the same wine in all 3? Just the labels are different?
Yes.
Are you going to do a red? Are you going to do a Chablis, or is that like say a Chablis? What?
Yes, I will. Right now, I'm in a process of resourcing a rosé.
Oh, all right.
So yes, and probably sparkling rosé as well.
And also, to be honest, I think it would be great.
And I will eventually down the road, expand to reds and whites for sure.
Red and white, and do one non-alcohol wine. That's becoming very, very popular. The non-alcoholic beers are becoming popular. Make people big at parties and just have a wine that says, I don't drink on the label, and that would be there. Just a thought.
No, absolutely. I think that everybody shouldn't limit to certain people, and I think it should be an option for everyone. And I think non-alcoholic is a great option for sure.
Now, can I ask you? I know you do a very high quality, good wine. How can people buy your wine, by the way?
They can go to ambassador.com, about ambassadorwines.com. It's based in Manhattan. And
Oh,
also, if they go on my website, there's going to be a list of retail stores where to buy the wine, and they could click on that link, and that will bring them to the retail stores that are currently carrying the wine. And it's going to expand, of course.
and your website being IRENA.
No, single, married, divorced.com.
.com. Single, married, divorced. No periods, no nothing in between, no slashes. Single, married, divorced.com to get IRENA Patar's wines. So let me ask you though, you do a high quality wine. What in your becoming an oenophile was the greatest, most mind blowing, taste palate exploding wine you ever tried? The one that made you think like, oh, this isn't just a beverage, or this isn't just a pleasure, an aperitif after dinner. This is.
We've had so many. It's hard to choose because we've had so many incredible wines, and especially at the winery itself. I mean, they would open some old vintages and, set up its beautiful wine, and one of them opened up the year I was born, I'm not going to reveal that.
Yeah, no, we had some issues talking about that on the last program with people.
It's really hard. It's so hard to say because there's so many incredible wines.
But can you really tell the difference between a wine that was bottled, a good one, not one that has turned to vinegar, but a good wine that was bottled in, say, 1971 versus a good wine from 2021?
Yes.
How?
But there are some wines that actually last night we went to a tasting, and it was a very young wine, but it drank like an old vintage. So it really varies. It
actually
drank like a wine. It didn't drink like a young wine, but it drank like it was maybe 5 to 7 years old.
Oh, that's old. No, but I remember drinking one. You could taste Lucy and Ethel's toenails in it. From when they were stomping around on the grapes. I mean, that's how good. No, I'm kidding. Okay, we're talking with IRENA Patar. I'm Rabbi Sol Solomon. Now, IRENA, you are staying. You're not just begging off like, I gotta do trivia. No, we don't do that shit here. Ladies and gentlemen, go to singlemarrieddivorced.com for her wines, but you stick around because the quiz is ridiculous. Stick around. Dave is coming back. You just met him briefly off the air. Dave will come back to conduct a quiz, a trivia game that we do every week called Today, Yesterday Trivia. But I thank so much IRENA, and also to Vicky and Leslie for waiting in the hold here. I'm going to play a little music to dance me off. I'm going to have a couple of bottles. I think I've been married for I'm going to drink some married wine.
But I use all three in my marriage.
Well, what's the difference? I mean, if it's the same wine, why you pick one bottle?
Well, because even though I'm married, there are times I feel single. I want a single night out with my friends. So, and then
when you're fighting with your husband, you grab the divorce bottle and you're like, I wish.
No, but there's times where like I need to recharge, right? Like it's a lot taking care of your kids, your family, your husband, your home. And there's times I want to focus on myself. So yes, I will pull out a bottle of divorce and tell him it's my time now. I need that me time.
He sees you with that bottle. He's like, all right, yeah.
He runs out the door.
Sleeps on the couch that night. I get it. Oh my God. Anyway.
Married is like okay, you know what? We haven't had a night out. We need a night out together. So yeah. So I use all three in my marriage.
Every night, which you might want to see AA about that.
I don't know about every night, but
Anyway, a delight to have IRENA PATAR in the neighborhood. Don't anybody go away. I'm going away. Everybody else, stay put. And here's some Jew music to get us through to the next. Oh, I'll play the same damn music because nothing else is. Come on, but why won't anything else play? All right, I'll just play this again.